Good evening, this is Paula. It's been a long time since I posted on my YouTube channel, and I just wanted to come back and touch base and give a video about what I want to do with this channel going forward. Give just a brief overview, even if in just a generic form, talk a little bit more about me and why I'm doing this at all. So, the world is just changing so much, it seems like. I don't think any of us could argue. In a lot of ways for the better, in a lot of ways for the worse. And in the meantime, time is just flying by. No matter how you slice it, time is flying by and going so quickly. So part of what I want to do is inspire thoughts, concepts, perhaps even discussion. Think about the biggest issues of life. Think about the biggest issues and challenges that we can possibly face. Our parents, grandparents, great-grandparents never ever had to really think about or process some of the things that we are facing today. And of course they had their own challenges that we don't have hardly any clue into how difficult they may have been. But if I'm honest, it just seems like the world is just a concerning place because of how a lot of people are beginning to think and believe. And I know that people would probably think that about even me as well. But again, that brings me back around to, let's discuss this stuff. Let's talk about what's concerning us, what's on our minds. I do hope to go visit other channels, look around what's happening online. There was a time frame many years ago when I did a lot of online discussions, groups, forums, and whatnot. Back when I got my first computer, I remember joining a Yahoo group. You guys remember those chat rooms? I don't know, but we were discussing a lot of really important things about Christianity and God. There was a lot of atheists, a lot of agnostics, a lot of people of varying faiths. I remember feeling very challenged by them. Challenged in good ways, and honestly, challenged in some really concerning ways. It kind of caused me to think, hey, what am I believing? Why am I believing it? Are there good reasons? Do I have good answers to challenges that come up? These questions are the things that matter in life. Since I've done my first videos on this channel, it's been a very quiet little channel. I don't make any bones about that. I've just not had the time because of work to really delve into it. But in the meantime, I've had people in my own family pass away. If you think about it, what we know of is what we know right now, what we observe in our lives. Sounds like a strange thing to say perhaps, but we come into this world by no effort of our own. We cannot duplicate another one of us, another little human. We don't have any power to create a reality like the one that we live in and observe. I think that alone should give us pause to consider what is really going on here. In the meantime, we strive to live, to survive, to enjoy life, to get through our struggles, to have some fun, to goof off and have a good time once in a while, save up, go on vacations, look at what we've got and look at others, try to help where we can and make it through, struggle along. People get sick or hurt along the way. We have surgeries, we have birthdays, we have years flying by. Eventually, we do get to the point where we're going to be old enough and we're going to pass on. And I guess it brings me again around to, what is the point? What are we doing here? Let's think about it. It's not something that, with the highest level of intelligence on the planet, we can duplicate. Yet here we are. We look at our, like an eyeball, for instance. Our lungs and how we breathe through the night. Look at everything, the waves, the tides, the universe, the galaxies, the planets, our characters, our personalities, everything we do, our hopes, ambitions, dreams, failures, our shortcomings, how we hurt others or how we are hurt, how we help others and how others help us. There's just so much, and it does matter. I think that it all points to something bigger. So that's what I want this channel to be about. I will make no bones about it and be upfront. I am a Christian. I am a Christian because I follow and believe in Jesus. I think he was the greatest human that ever lived. I think he never sinned, not once. That alone qualifies him for the prior statement. But he was kind, loving, forgiving, and he showed that what he did, what he could do, was worth taking a second look at, worth listening to, worth looking into. I really am inspired by him. In history, he is a character that cannot be ignored in the ways that we can know things of historical, value and meaning that come down to us. I just think he's worth listening to, worth trying to emulate. I know I am not perfect. I know that I fail all the time. I struggle, but I hope to do good. I hope to do my best. I hope to be encouraged by others. Say, hey, maybe you could do this a little bit better. And then consider it. Hey, could I do that a little bit better or different? Because I think we all really deep down, I hope, want to do the right thing. But I do think that not one of us compares to Jesus in the sense that we have not sinned. I think each one of us has. If that word is offensive and just hard to manage in a brain, I can understand that, especially now in this day and age. But what I mean simply is, have any of us ever done anything wrong? Have any of us violated our own conscience ever, even once? Even in a little way, have we? If we say we haven't done that, have we just done our first violation of our conscience unto ourselves, if we're honest? Point being, could it be true that we are sinners that have ever done a thing wrong? That seems a big hurdle to get over, but I cannot get around how it does seem pretty obvious. If we're violating our own conscience, where does that come from? If there is a God, if there is a being, if there is an intelligence, a mind that is outside of a time and space as we know it, wouldn't that intelligence, that mind, have a say in how things work out in the world? I think that's true. I think that mind, that intelligence, that being is God. I think the revelation of God comes in various forms, but the number one biggest one would be Jesus. And I believe in him, and I have faith, and I would love to talk more about that if anyone ever had any questions. I would love to just talk about stuff. So to break away from that little tangent, that thought right there, I just wanted to also say this channel will take twists and turns, I'm sure. I think that it could change up over time. As things come up, there may be a day where I feel inclined to talk about a news event. And there may be a day I am inspired to talk about something hopeful, something good, wonderful, amazing, or something sad, distressing, or unbelievable. And I really don't know where it will take me. I would love to take you along a journey of having a place where that there is to go to with people that want to talk about the things that matter. So what matters to you? What matters to you? I'm talking the biggies, the big stuff. What trips you up in your mind, if anything, like, about the world and life? Maybe nothing does, but I kind of doubt that. I don't really know anybody that doesn't have some kind of a concern. And I'm not talking about being like an answer for questions, just just a place to discuss. And I know there's got to be a lot of others out there, but like, some things that come to mind are, is there life after death? Is there a heaven? Why do I think so? What is that place like? What is the meaning of life? Why am I here? And in the scope of time, and whether you look at just recorded history, or the history of the earth, or the history of the universe, why is my life from birth to death so short in comparison? And then what? That's it? And if so, therefore what? What are we going to think about? What's the point? Because to just get up and go to work to make money is what a lot of people do, because we've got to survive. You've got to be able to buy food and pay your bills and supply your needs. But still, we get older, we die. That's that. So these are the big questions, I think, and I'd love to talk about them. So that's what this channel's for. I am excited. I feel like you probably, that what I believe, I think we all believe what we think is true. I think that my ideas are the best ideas to be had, and that's why I hold them. And I think that everybody does that. I think that you have come to your own conclusion for whatever reasons, and that you think those are the best ideas. And all I'm asking is that we really think that through, because there could be a lot at stake. What if I'm wrong? What if you're wrong? What if I'm right? How can I not talk about it? How can I not share it? And I feel compelled to do that. So you'll have to forgive me if that seems offensive. My intent is to never offend anybody. But as I see in the world, I don't even feel like, let me back up a second. I feel like in general, truth is offensive sometimes to people, because a lot of times truth entails things that are not preferred. And we've become a society of what I prefer or not. I prefer that this be true. I do not prefer that thing. I don't prefer that. It's kind of silly. It's almost akin to saying, I don't prefer that gravity is a real thing, or I don't prefer to get a bill. I don't prefer to have to pay this for this service. I don't want to pay for this or that. I don't want to have to deal with cancer. But it's like we do that with certain things and topics in life, and we know that we can't do it with others, and there's a real lack of consistency. That's a whole topic in and of itself. So I just want to talk about all these things, because I think that there's a lot of ironies going on in the world that actually point to the truth. So forgive me if it feels sometimes like I'm trying to defend a point or think through a point, or possibly not debate a point, but sometimes there's a time for that, because you care about a person, but not to fight. Who wants to fight? Nobody wants to argue, not really, hopefully not. That's not what it's about. But anyway, so I'm sure I'm gonna wish I had said something else in this video about my channel, and I am looking forward to going further. If you have any ideas, thoughts, questions, anything, I would love to know what they are. The best way to reach me is to leave a comment publicly. You could send an email. I don't always log into my email to check everything. I'll try to get around to that more often. I do appreciate you viewing my channel and coming to this page. And thank you for watching. Even if this seems kind of vague, I think that maybe you get an idea, and I have spoken on some of these kinds of ideas I know prior, but I just wanted to lay it out again in a video all its own about just the ideas of this channel and why I believe the way I do and why I think it's worth sharing with others, because I think it's very much full of hope, and it lends ideas about life before and after us and a possible eternity to live forever, because there is hope. And where does that idea come from? That we really don't want to die, we want to survive, we want to live. And death does seem just wrong. No matter how sometimes you might look at it, on another day, death does not seem quite right. So let's talk about that. I'm very interested to know your thoughts. Thanks again. I'll stop repeating myself. And I hope you have a great evening. And this is my little plant here and my little candle. I didn't want to have a ton of light going on, just a little evening chat here. And that light's going up and down in the video. I don't know if that'll show up on the screen. Kind of hope not. The way that I'm seeing it in my screen here. But again, have a good night. Thanks again for stopping by. I look forward to chatting with you again soon. Bye-bye.